Hello, everybody. It's the Do It Later podcast. Now, the episode number 3. And we're talking about accumulated disappointments. Accumulated disappointments. I mean, what's a disappointment anyway? Well, a disappointment might be that you're being portrayed something to be what it is not. A disappointment might also be that something that you thought would be the certain way is not the way. Or because of factors in it, it becomes a disappointment for you. In these moments, we might ask ourselves, what the fuck was I expecting over here? I mean, what the fuck did I expect from this? This might help you to go over this disappointment. But if you keep mulling over the disappointments of your life, and because of this, adopt a new attitude of just being all closed up to that, blessings that really are the complete opposite of a disappointment won't reach into your life. So keep this in mind. Closing it all down might also contribute to your disappointments growing up. Now, let's just get off the computer. Let's just get off the computer and just find a place where content creators or them that offer any kind of service for you can't latch on and stick where they have latched on. The brain is the certain way that when it becomes addicted, when it becomes addicted to that feeling that you get from any new exciting thing, and from the disappointment that comes after it, it's very hard to break that cycle. And you just keep repeating it. You keep repeating it. And you keep repeating it. Instead of trying to become better at something, you keep repeating the same thing that is not making it any better. But then again, don't blame yourself for this. Don't blame yourself that you keep repeating unresourceful behaviors. One of the reasons you do that is because you're unsatisfied. You're searching. You're trying to find something that they didn't fuck up. And it might be for a large variety of reasons you do this. It might be very important. It might be more important than you ever think. And it's not a waste of time at all. Now, think about this Can we create two sets and make them flow, intersect, so that we're prepping it here, we're presenting it there. We make it so great that they won't be disappointed with it. Can we adopt this new way of working on that shit? Create modes and create our environment so that those modes latch on almost automatically, automagically to just the right habit and the action that we need in a specific moment to create that result that we seek. What can we use to bring about this mode? What could help there? How could we trigger this mode to come on? And how could we make it on a collaborative scale too, to create that result there? A lot of times, at least in my own life, I feel that certain choices pave the way for the next ones. And it feels like this is going to be so applicable here. And sometimes we opt for the most freedom. This applies to so many situations here. It doesn't even evoke any memories or associations anymore. It's so widely used. Like color red, it's everywhere. But when they associate something, the very strong association with this, just seeing it, is kind of a reminder. It's kind of a reminder that there's a pathway there. Strengthening the pathway by visual cues there. This happens now. And think of virtual environments of Facebook employers wearing Facebook blue suits. Kind of the hands-on feel to the web. Just getting off the computer right now, like just getting off that computer and feeling that your mind is still in the web. Always in the web, the mind. Thinking about stuff on the web. What are the others doing on the web? What are they talking about? It becomes even more interesting when you add your own stuff there. Like I'm doing with YouTube. It becomes this whole, another level than just being a consumer of whatever they do. And having followed this guy 10 years ago, goes back to that. He's still on about the same stuff, still talks the same way. It's a little better, but it's no way drastic of a change. The same guy. I might do it myself, I just overlook that. But reinventing that self, recreating that self. What it thinks, what it talks, what it acts, what it does. Learning through that. Taking that experience and not from any specific try, demanding that it has to be just perfect there. Sticking to that shit, not giving up on it. Overdoing something and then just having to quit. Wanting so much on a subconscious level to not do this that you overdo it and have to quit doing it. These forces inside of there. I want this, I don't want that. And just making all this who have an impulse over here last for this amount of time. There's a gap. There's nothing there. What are you doing over here, really? This is like a web guidance program that I'm making for you. Listen to this. Listening to a couple of people in the face of a dilemma in your life. A tough choice. And just seeing how when I listen to this guy, this option starts to look the best one. When I listen to that guy, that option starts to sound like the best one. And here's how he frames it to be that way. The thought behind that. You see, oh, that's the way that individual thinks. For some, it's more about not getting in trouble. For some other, it's more about what you want. For some other, it's more about how does this apply in your life? Does this apply to what you love to do? Not going in your mind, I have to just do this. And that's why I need that. Instead, going in your mind, do I actually love doing that? And then thinking, will this apply? Taking it to the world of objects and fashioning those objects with whatever color and texture they are. And they become something that looks to be serving us. From there they serve us. The servers in there. we stuck in this of a loop. We repeat that. This day, 5 minutes of our time goes into well-spent effort. All the other hours are wasted time. Next day, we do 3 hours of well-spent time. And the other is wasted effort or wasted time, not even effort. Categorizing in your life. Is this wasted effort, wasted time, or well-spent effort or well-spent time? How do I define that? Did I have fun? Did I gain something from it? Did I learn something? Did I earn something, money, whatever? What defines, was this a good use for the life that I have? Connection. Was there some kind of connection, some kind of social feeling there? Like a human element. Yeah. Quantifying that. Trying to guide certain individuals to just that which they seek to be their worthwhile. Honesty, just saying to ourselves, this 20 minutes of my time today, it went down the drags, down the drains. I shouldn't repeat this. If I really want to be happy with myself, what I do, I shouldn't be repeating this. This is an unresourceful behavior. It's there more to make me not do something bad when I could be doing something great. I could be doing something great with this time instead of thinking this activity as keeping me away from the bad. For example, this is the logic behind much of playing video games. At least I'm not doing something bad out there. Well, you're not doing something great either. Target to do something great instead of doing something bad. Or doing something that doesn't matter shit. And then evaluating that sentence and the worthwhileness of it. At the end of the day, just looking at your life. Just going, I just didn't nail it today. And just now, writing today, it's a rainy day. And it was a rainy day yesterday too. Just raining a lot. And it's the beginning of the summer. And a lot of us in the vacation time, we just take a stance on life that it don't matter. It's now that I can just let go. Let it go wherever it wants to go. And you come back sometimes a lot weaker of an individual. You're not as strong. You're just not as heavy hitting no more. Because you let yourself go too easy on this. So it's the downtime that has to be funneled in a different manner. It has to be something that grows the actual produce, whatever it is. Makes that kind of stronger. applying this to your kind of social life too, or the relationships. How can we make this stronger? You know, how can we make this much more worthwhile? Why are we just watching Netflix together? What's a relationship like that? You know? Two individuals reinforcing their other's bad habits. They're doing it together. And sometimes over the internet too. Bad habits. Wasteful habits. Addictive habits. Most of these, they just exist for the same reason. To keep us away from something. They're there to make us avoid something. When we could avoid that same thing with a whole of a better, a great behavior too. So we form these ideas in the mind, very, very subconscious level. We don't even understand the path it could take if we weren't into this. And we might have messages. We might receive this kind of vibe message from how something in our life starts to just scream at us kind of for its attention. But I'm kind of here. And just opening yourself up a bit, then sometimes them that are the most unresourceful and the less great, those that really are not that great, might be key players in you becoming that great. Also remembering that they might be just guiding you into a dead end. Or maybe you would have ended there either way. A dead end. Also understanding that with any program, with any way to guide, use what you have, so that would be your body, your mind, thoughts, and your speech, whatever you have, your resources. Also keeping in mind that sometimes whatever, however you guide and you use that, you leave that out, won't create the result that you might want or that somebody else has been able to create. That it's impossible with something that you have to create that kind of a result. And respecting that, when you start to understand or see it, am I really possibly in an impossible situation to actually pull this off? Questioning it. Respecting the fact that if you think you know that this is for certain, you should question that. Noticing how the mind at this point starts to go, this is waste of time to question, or might pose an idea to you that this is a waste of time to question if such a notion that this is an impossible thing to pull off with these resources or with whatever I am right now or wherever I am right now. Then just trying this just a prayer there. Some force out there knows exactly, kind of like ticks on the box. If these are fulfilled, this outcome will happen. It just will manifest itself like that. And here's the tick boxes there. And you're missing this one. If this was there in all your all-knowingness, some greater force of God power, whatever, there, just praying to that, so that my life would flow in that direction where those boxes will be ticked off, and this outcome will happen in my life almost automatically. All the previous effort will click into place and open that vault. And when working on that effort, not diminishing the possibility that this is the reason it is done, that we are doing it. Also keeping in mind that sometimes, even if you're not that great, you are going to be part in creating a great, something great. You play a part. Even if you're not creating it, you'll play a part in creating that great. So, being open to that, not criticizing others for not being so great, instead thinking that they're not so great, but they might play a key part in me becoming that great. Not thinking that you can become great just on your own. Appreciating that. Appreciating everybody for what they are. If they're just close down to you, then that just must how it is. But then they are kind of open. You might play a part in their great. So when you're too focused on yourself and just feeling that nothing I'm getting, nothing I'm producing, nothing I'm doing, or nothing how I am is so great, keep in mind that that's a really limited view of your own effect in the world. Your own effect in the world can be such drastic that if you look at it this way, you're completely missing the picture there. For understanding that these tick boxes, some might have a kind of a greater outer understanding. How can we tick this box of 2 in your life? If there's something inborn there and it just cannot come out over here. Also understanding that many times we ourselves do not know the way. And over here in Finland, we are all being taught how to write and speak English. It's part of the curriculum in the school. Then starting to appreciate the fact that when somebody knows it from the outside such great that this will be worthwhile for them, this will pave way a result. It might also, appreciating that, it might also be fueled by arrogance. That I kind of know better. Then again, you go back to that worthwhileness. It's just about pleasure. What it is about. And you kind of are losing through this process any way that you can describe any individual to be. These words that are a lot of times used for individuals, like selfish or caring or well-mannered, whatever, kind of loses its hold. It's kind of hard to describe human beings anymore, how they are. When you start to appreciate this level of life. But there is that, maybe there, the kind of all-knowing. He knows you so well. He knows the whole world so well. That these tick boxes will be just ticked off there if this variable comes into your life. And you might be guided towards that. But then again, a lot of that comes from human beings is not like that. So instead of doing this giving commands type of approach to life or taking commands from others, learning to use that resource in yourself to figure that out. I think that's my plan, a kind of program for the psychology of the great. Yeah, that's the episode. Thanks for watching and listening this week's Do It Later podcast. I hope that your life turns out great, just great, and the world will know about it.